Well, today I'm going to give you an example that ministers have used to say that God doesn't always heal you immediately. That sometimes, and they use this term, it's a progressive healing. But let's look at, again, the truth of what the Word says and not what people think it says. This was the example of the 10 lepers. So in Luke chapter 17, in verse 11, it says, "And it came to pass, as he went to Jerusalem, that he passed through the midst of Samaria and Galilee. And as he entered into a certain village, there met him 10 men that were leprous, which stood afar off." Where did they stand? They stood afar off. "And they lifted up their voice and said, Jesus, Master, have mercy on us. And when he saw them, he said unto them, Go show yourselves unto the priest." Now, why did he say that? Because when a person was healed, they had to go show of leprosy, they had to go show themselves to the priest so he could declare their cleansing. So he was calling things that be not as though they were. He was saying, you're healed, go show yourselves to the priest. Now look at this. And, wait a minute, let me get my hair out of my eyes. "And it came to pass that as they went, they were cleansed." So Jesus said, go show yourselves to the priest. And it said, as they went, they were cleansed. So preachers have used this to say that, see, they weren't healed immediately. But let's read the rest of the story and find out the truth about this. "And one of them, when he saw that he was healed, turned back and with a loud voice glorified God. And he fell at Jesus' feet and fell down at his feet, and worshiped him. And he was a Samaritan, and giving him thanks, and he was a Samaritan. And Jesus answered and said, Were there not 10? Where are the other 10 cleansed, but where are the other 9? So Jesus spoke their healing. Go show yourselves to the priest. So it's like they were far off, and they turned to go, and he saw that he was healed. And as soon as he saw he was healed, he came running back. He was still so close to Jesus that he fell at his feet and worshiped him, giving him thanks. So this didn't take days, maybe 5 minutes at the most. I mean, he was healed immediately, but then he turned back to give God praise. So they didn't even get to the priest. It said, as they went, they were healed. So he said, go show yourselves to the priest, turn, they're healed. He came running back and fell at his feet. He was still that close to him. So, no, again, religion has nullified God's will to immediately heal you and take care of you. It is always God's will to heal you immediately. These lepers, all 10 of them, he said there were 10 cleansed. They were all cleansed immediately. So that is God's will for you. Jesus was the will of the Father on the earth. So looking at the heart of the Father, it is God's will for you to be healed right now. You don't have to have a progressive healing. They were cleansed immediately. They were not progressively healed. One other example was the only other person that was not healed immediately was the guy that he put clay on his eyes and said, go wash in the pool of Siloam. So as soon as he washed his eyes, he was healed. No, you don't have to have a progressive healing. Just like Bartimaeus, just like the lepers, healed, perfectly whole, immediately of every sickness and every disease. You have a blessed day. Remember, Jesus is Lord. Thank God the word works.